So that's a risk mitigation strategy for property managers. And what about the world of construction?
Yeah.
And we're building something, and how do we protect risk from for these other parties, like an owner, a lender,
Yeah.
and
No.
subcontractors and sub-tier subcontractors?
Yeah, I'll try to make this simple. So you're going to build brand new towers, course of construction. So the owner has an option. He can, and this is what's going to happen. So especially if he's going to go get a loan from the bank's going to flat out demand before they give you the loan or part of the loan. They want to see a builder's risk policy in place, which is builder's risk helps insure the property during the course of construction, so that if anything happens during the course of construction, the policy will come in and rectify the damages to make it like status before the event. So owner's got a chance. He can do I'm going to go buy the insurance myself, and then typically have the general contractor as a additional insured. Or general contractor can go and buy the insurance, and that's where the general contractor would be the named insured, and then have the owner as an additional insured. Sometimes you can see both as named insured, but it gets a little complicated. I'm not going to get into that right now. It's like 2.0 shit. So that's what's going to happen. So then you got the general contractor who's got the insurance to help for builder's risk from property perspective. Now, then also during the course of construction, the general liability and liability perspective of building, because like property covers first party damage. Like if I own a piece of property, I need insurance. So any property / builder's risk insurance. Liability is like for third party. If like someone gets damaged or hurt on my job site, like they're walking on my job site and someone gets hit, that's where third party comes into play. So it happens in that situation, you've got general contractor at the top level. He's got a liability policy. And then he's got all these subcontractors working for him, second tier sub, third tier sub, and so on. Now, what needs to happen is each one of those subs, before they get on the job site, they need to have insurance as well. They need to have general liability, and each one should have you got the general liability, general contractor, you got a sub working. The sub needs to make, and what the general contractor is going to ask for is that they want to be an additional insured on this subcontractor's policy and on your way down. So that if anything happens at the bottom level that causes a larger issue, the sub at the bottom level's insurance policy will react. That's sort of traditional how it's done. On massive, massive projects, like large, call it $100 million or north, the big civil projects or whatever, arenas, whatever. What you'll see, especially in states like we here in Texas, which have indemnity statutes, you are going to get one policy that's project specific, and everybody on that project is going to be enrolled. That's called a wrap-up, or the short term is called a wrap-up. The official term is, they can call it OSIP, Owner Controlled Insurance Program, where the owner buys it, or you get a CSIP, a Contractor Controlled Insurance Program. In that situation, typically you might see general liability only, or general liability and workers' comp. We'll just talk about general liability. So like in that situation, if it's a contractor CSIP program, you have a GL policy in place for that project, and everybody who works on that project is enrolled on that policy. So it's just one policy, everybody's enrolled, and if something already happens, that is the policy it's going to react, versus the other way, the traditional method where depending on who is responsible, that policy is going to react, but hopefully there's enough coverage as you work your way up the ladder.
So it's like a cascading effect of whoever is touching material, equipment, or stepping a foot on that particular project, the lender, the owners, or any interested party need to be covered in those insurance policies.
Yeah, and the key thing is too, especially in this world,